Hey guys, my name is Yak and welcome back to another pointless city skyline experimental video, and today I'm going to answer the question that nobody asked. Yo, Yak, can one single bus transport everybody? Like, seriously, can one single bus transport everybody? Not to their destination. Can it just transport everybody? Well, we're going to find out this right now, guys. It's going to have a little bit of a help from a couple of little additional mods. But what we're going to pretty much do is we're going to create up a little bit of a city right now. Some shopping, some working areas, a little bit far out the way, too far that they can walk, seeing as we discovered how far they can walk or they're willing to walk. I'm going to set up a little bus route. But with the help of the advanced vehicle mod, I'm going to change the capacity of that bus and see if one lone bus can be the infrastructure of the transportation system of this town. Now, if you guys do enjoy this and want to see more fun, pointless city skyline experimental videos in the future, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. But we are here now, boys. Boom, boom, boom. Ignore this. Okay? You gotta have water to start a map. Ignore it. But we have got a blank piece of map right now, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to smack right down, right now, a beautiful roundabout. This is going to be the point in which we can then enter our city. So it's a 2-lane road. I'll switch it up for a 3-lane highway. There we go. Bam. So this is not going to be beautiful, so don't complain too much about the monstrosity your boy is about to build. But I'm going to pretty much do something really, really simple. So let's just say we start here then. So we'll go across by 60. I'll go up by 10, across by 60 and down. So do another set of 10, then do a 30 so I can cut through the middle. And then we've got our little central point. So we're going to pretty much do a 60 by 60 city right now, a little town. So if I do another 40... This feels really big. No, I shouldn't be doing this. I should do a 30 by 30 either side. What am I doing? He'd be too foolish, is what he'd be doing right now. He'd be too foolish. So 30 that way. Do another set of 20 going this way. And then we've got the residential side of our town right now. Then what we'll do, because we discovered in my last kind of experimental video, which actually turned out to be actually helpful, which is really weird for my type of videos. We found out 300... Or I say 300. It was kind of like going all the way. It's quite far, is it, to kind of do it like that if you're going to set it up like that? Is a little bit kind of ridiculous. But it's one of those things. It kind of worked, so what else can we kind of do about it? Although they can walk, I don't think doing a full 300 seems worthy enough. But at the same time, I mean, that's what the experiment said it was going to be about. So why not just kind of throw it in like that and then we just kind of create like a small little shopping area? So if I do it by 30, because we're not going to need as much commercial as we do residential. So if I just do it like this, keep it nice and light-hearted and simple. Right? And then, not to say to do another 300, but I'm going to do another 300. So get that snapping correctly. 300 just there. And then this is where we're going to have then some industrial. So pretty much the same kind of setup again. We'll do 20. Okay, we'll then do 40 here. Go across. Bam, bam, bam. And keep it really, really simplified. Now, just to kind of aid these places and businesses to making sure that vehicles can kind of get in and out a whole lot easier, I'm going to incorporate a kind of highway road going all the way down here. Now, that's not to take away from the ability for people to get to the shopping and the industrial area. It doesn't really matter, because if it's set up as a highway road, they can't walk it. And then you can say, oh, then wouldn't they drive it? Well, they could drive down this road anyway. I'm just talking about, you know, that sweet, sweet single bus ride, which is going to be great. This is more to kind of encourage the cargo vehicles to get to where they need to get to. So if I just set something like this up, I know it's not perfect, but set it up like this. And then we have that kind of highway road to kind of get people to where they need to get to. So it's not amazing. It's not perfect. Can I drop roundabouts on these anyway? You can't. I've got to add in my own points, which I'll do anyway. So if I did one there, and then did one here, and then used a roundabout mod to then drop that just here. I know it's not perfect, but it should work out either way. I'm not going to worry too much about the roundabouts because I don't see us having ridiculous amounts of traffic on these anyway. I'll keep this pretty much open and free and not worry about it too much because, you know, they can enter from this section. So that's just allows like some vehicles to kind of get through. Ignore how terrible it is. I get it, but that is not the point of this experiment. We are finding out if one single bus can transport everybody to anywhere. Literally, just transport. Can you transport? Please? Well, we're going to find out. So I bring this over to here right now. Get all the waterworks done. And then we're rocking and rolling, boys. We can then rest easy and see how it crack-a-lacks and how it rock and rolls. So, pollution, sorry. Water. We'll drop a water tower there. There we go. In terms of power, we'll just give it a couple of little wind turbines. All the way over here, we'll give it an actual solar panel powered thing. And I'll drop it just here. Where we'll also have then the sewage over on this side, which will use these little basins. One should be enough. Over here, we're also going to have the garbage facilities, which will use a couple of incineration plants. And I'll use a large recycling facility, which should keep us going. And that is the bare minimum at this point. Now, granted, they need power. Power should be producing over. I've got that all connected up. So I've got the bare minimum in. So, what I then do, and I'm going to do it with complete high density. We'll do low density, and let's just say these two for now until we get some education coming in. And we'll do all that industrial. So it'll take a while then for it all to slowly start growing. So in that meantime, we'll start to add some of our services in. So we'll throw stuff down like the hospital. We'll get some deaf care on the go. So drop some over on this side. We'll then get set up some fire department here. Same for the policing. All there. Like I said, the bare minimum is now in. So we're going to need power rocking and rolling everywhere. So I'm going to run some power lines up from this side of the highway that we have set up, running all the way down to here, which we can then kind of utilize and connect us going around the edges. So everyone's going to be eventually connected up. La-di-da-di-da. Simple, right? Well, that's at least what I think it's going to be anyway. So technically right now, the only ability to get to these areas would be to drive. I don't think they'll actually bike it or walk it. I could be wrong. Stranger things have legit happened. But we'll give it a minute or two right now for this city to kind of evolve, get up and running. We've got the residential growing. It's going to need power for the commercial. So I'm going to run some power directly up to here. There we go. So everywhere's got everything it potentially could need in the long run. So give it a little bit of time, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set up a bus stop central here, so everyone in this kind of vicinity can walk to it. A bus stop here, and then a bus stop here, and then go back and repeat the process all again. That's why I got a highway there, so they can drive pretty quick to get back to square one. And I'm going to up the capacity using this down here, the vehicle options, which allows me to select something like, for example, a bus, which is obviously what we're using, a normal bus. And I get to change the passenger capacity. So by default, it's at 30, because obviously you can only transport 30 people at a time. I can up it to like 3,000 or 30,000 and literally just take everybody in this whole city via one bus. I want to see if it's possible to do something like this. Again, it's a pointless experiment, guys. Nobody's asking these questions, but trust me, your boy has got an answer. People living here right now. I've kind of put down some high density kind of commercial, as we've now added in also education. I put it over by the commercial area, the education too, so there's more of a reason for people to use the public transportation system. And I've extended the industrial area as well to kind of keep up with the demand of what we've got going on. So next stage then is before we implement the public transport line in of a single bus, I need to kind of expand and kind of improve on what I've got. So one way to do it would be to fill all the remaining edges right now around the kind of central section with residential, but also potentially take a look at increasing the leisure options around as well. This will obviously enable me then to kind of maximize the buildings that we currently have to hand and increasing their kind of availability and leisure kind of facilities to kind of ultimately cause upgrades so we can maximize the population per these single buildings as they now slowly start upgrading. So what they do, slowly upgrade one by one. We'll take a little bit. You can hear the little dinglings happening right now. We're going to wait it out because I want as much population in this small town that I can get. So when we do drop a bus down, and I say it's got like 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 capacity, everybody at that single stop could hopefully get on a bus, on the one bus that we're going to have. So these are needing more educated workers or not enough workers, so it's a little bit of both. We're getting them all coming in at the same time and whatnot. So do I need to kind of extend our schools? I mean, high school, university. We'll drop a university down as well. There we go. We've got it all, boys. We've got it all at this point. So again, let's let this continue to expand, let it continue to grow, and see what the population we can kind of get it up towards before we then progress and implement one single bus. So we've officially crossed over the 10,000 mark right now in terms of our population. We've got 11,000 people living here right now, and more coming in by the day. They're now all started to kind of settle down about the education system, as we've now got 39% highly educated. And this industrial area, I've added a little import-export area too, so they had some goods to sell. Currently, they complain about there's too few services, so I might need to kind of incorporate some more of this stuff over here. So, medical facility. Add it all in. They've then got the services I need, which is then causing... Wow, it's causing a ton of upgrades for these guys. So, I think we're ready then to implement this bus route, which I'm really, really excited about. There's still so many people still moving in at this point. So I won't fully see its maximum capacity just yet until things kind of die down for people moving in. So if I add in then just a standard bus depot to begin with. So if I just kind of throw it just quickly, let's just say here, for example. It's got water, right? Yeah. This means that I can then place in the bus route. So if I start it... If I just literally start it here, right? Bring it all the way down to the commercial area, which we stopped just there. Just keep it simple. Why complicate things? Which, by the looks of it, if I pull it here, it's quicker for the bus to go down the highway to get over to this point. I'm trying to see if there's any point in which I can make it... No, even if from there to there, it's quicker to go down the highway, which is hilarious. So I'll make this just stop here. And then we'll bring it back in that direction. I might switch up that to the end here. So by default then it's going to pump out a load of buses. But if I reduce this down to literally... Oh, I can't get to a single bus. I think it's because the line is way too long, isn't it? That might be the reason for it. So let me see if I can kind of semi-reduce the line. Like if I move this to, let's say, just there instead. Does that then warrant me have the ability to reduce it to a single bus? Probably not. Unless, right, I kill off that stop there. There we go. And then we'll do it in two separate kind of systems. So kill that off there, then I'll have a stop from here to here and back, which is hilarious that it's I might upgrade that to a highway. So we have two routes, and both routes only contain one bus. That makes it a little bit more easier for us to understand and see how it kind of works, right? Well, hopefully. So with that now implemented then, we have a single bus for each line. So they'll transfer over at that point. We'll give it a little bit of time. So I take it then, because everyone's living at this section, there's a lot of people waiting over here. A lot of people waiting. So just pause for a hot minute. There's that bus right now. Line details. There's 3,000 people waiting on that stop. And it can only transport 300 at a time. Which means this line up here is going to have literally nobody on because we got to, like, you know, it's a stepping stone to get them all the way over there. It's kind of hilarious, isn't it? So, let me find that bus again, which is now just here. We are now going to go to our advanced vehicle options here and add in a capacity of 10,000. 10,000 capacity. So if I press enter, that should now be done, right? 30 out of 10,000. So off it skedaddles then, tooting along. Do you reckon I should upgrade that road to having a bus lane? You know, that would pick 51 people up right now. It would turn around and pretty much head back in the same direction. But I'm more interested to see what happens when it gets over at this point. It's literally, right, going to pick everybody up. That's crazy, isn't it? To the point where... Hold on. It's coming in right now. Let me just pause. I can't even move this, can I? It's slowly arriving right now. This is going to be mental. I don't think I'm ready. It might even completely fill up to the whole 10,000 population. I mean, I've got 15,000 people living here. I doubt it's going to have 10,000 people on the bus. But it's just going to drive around the corner to get over here. Park up. Right. Wow, see the lag, the game lag right now? As those 3,200 people all of a sudden decide to walk at once. That's just caused massive game lag. And that bus now has 3,275 people now on board. So if I just kind of stop the game for a second. And where's my bus? Which style of road is it I can utilize the bus lane on this one? So I can't get it from there, but I can start it here anyway. Just do that so I can have the bus. Where's the bus now? So it tears down in its own lane, which is able to overtake people, even though it's stuck behind a garbage truck. But at least when it gets to the very end, it's got hopefully a little bit of priority. You never know. You never know. But now the same thing's going to happen. 3,000 people are then going to get off the bus on this stop. So again, look at that. It causes ridiculous game lag because it's only meant to be 30 people at a time. It's only meant to be 30 people at a time, and look what's happening right now. We got ridiculous lag in the game. But after it's transferred these 3,000 people, I don't think we'll ever see anything as high as that ever again. That was just the initial backlog of, you know, passengers wanting to travel. But the crazy thing is right now is watching them. Look at how so many people right now. Can I pause? This has got to be. If this is not the thumbnail of the game right now, I don't know what is. I don't know what is at this point. But holy moly! So basically, then, all these people either go and do their shopping in this commercial section, or some of them are going to be willing and wanting to then go and transfer over to the other line on the other side of the road. So should we see what happens? Should we see what they ultimately do? I mean, there's a lot of people walking all together at once. A lot of people are going to the shops right now. So you get the odd one or two person that will kind of like disperse into the buildings all around. But with that many pedestrians, it's killing my game. No wonder they all stand there and not move. I didn't realise how much of an effect it has on your game. So, as they slowly pick themselves off and go into the buildings, the game is slowly coming back up to speed. But it's not good enough. It really isn't. We're slowly getting up there right now. As more and more people go into the building, and then technically the pedestrians despawn. Oh, that lag. Damn. How many of them are crossing the road to get to the other side, to get onto the other bus? So they're coming to here right now. Some of them are turning the corner. Okay, we're going to normal speed. So technically everybody that stops at this traffic lights right now should be crossing the road to go to the other bus. Oh, we've got lag again, boys. The lag is bad. They're crossing over. Are they getting to this bus stop now? Man, we're going at super slow speed right now. Come on, you fools! Oh, there we go! There's the crowd. There's the crowd right now, and they're being transported to the industrial area. So it's just a case now of waiting for the bus to arrive. So that actual bus comes via the highway, doesn't it? So we kind of like... Ah, there it is. I spotted there right now. Oh, there's a lot of people waiting on the other side too. So do we get lag caused again? Okay, I don't think it will be as bad anymore because now it's like we've got rid of the big section of it. So that other bus should now be on the way back, right? There it is. So it has... Damn! Just as many people on that as well. Is that the bus there? No, where's the bus going back? There it is. That's got on board 700. That's ridiculous. So where's the stop over here then? I forget where I put it. Just there. So that drops some peeps off. This is crazy. One single bus on these two lines is transporting everybody at once. And you can tell when the bus is either unloading or loading because of how slow the game goes. It's hilarious. But in a weird way, it kind of works. It's weird, isn't it? So what if then I change the maximum speed of what the bus can do? What if I say it can go 300 kilometers an hour? Now we just got to find the bus. So has the bus disappeared yet? I think it has. Where are you, bus? Here it is. So that's going to unload again. That's got 900 people on board. So we can now drive a little bit quicker, which is really good. But it is getting 1,800 people on board this time. So it's getting lower and lower the number is as time goes on. So I want to see how quick this bus then goes. So we're going to follow the bus when it gets to this point here. So we can go to a high speed, but it takes a while to reach that high speed. So what if then I chose it to do acceleration 2, brake 4, turning. I'm literally going to double all of its stats, which is probably not the best option. So, and it is also being limited to the speed limit down here too. Like it is 50. If I do 140 on both sides. Oh damn! I'm going to break the bus. I'm legit going to break the bus at this point. Right, so, bus. 1,200 people then get on board. Oh, I don't know, man. It's kind of back and forth right now. It is really crazy, the demands that we are seeing on these buses. And I can't believe how much lag it causes as well when the bus disembarks. So, this bus here right now, obviously, can get some serious speed. But it does get caught up behind the vehicles here. I wonder what the speed is down here. Is that 90? If I do 140. So they can drive a little bit quicker than I can actually physically scroll. So at least it can kind of pick up people. Hold, there's so many people waiting. So many people waiting right now. Holy moly. And I bet that bus is already on the way back, right? Was that it then? Yeah, there we go. Look at the braking it's doing right now to try and stop in time. So the lag is ridiculous. So, with that all happening then, let me check my public transport. So, it only classes it then as 983 people a week. Right, okay, there we go. 1,000 people a week right now are using public transport. And they're on the buses. And this is how it breaks down. If I view it, there's 1,000 people waiting here. I don't know how many's got on board right now because you can't even see the number. 600 people are waiting there. And every time it stops off, ridiculous lag gets caused. It's saving 41% of all car trips. Ridiculous. Now, I don't know whether that would be a thing that you'll ever use in your cities moving forward. I don't know if it ever would. I don't know if getting that advanced vehicle options has ever kind of been an interest to anybody. But if you kind of think about it, let's just say you've got a bus route in your city, right? And it can carry 30 people. If you're not too bothered about it not being too realistic, but you're finding that you've got a bit of traffic in your city, you're trying to use public transport, there's so many people waiting at the bus stops right now, rather than increase the capacity by adding more buses, thus causing more traffic, why don't you upgrade your vehicles to be able to hold more people? Now, it's not an unheard of thing in the real world. Like in the UK, we have like bendy buses, which is like 2 carriages stuck together. We have double-decker buses, which like the buses have like a second floor, which instantly doubles the capacity. So it's not a weird thing that you can go ahead and upgrade the buses to hold more people. It's just the game doesn't allow it. So if the game doesn't allow it, then that is technically not realistic. I don't know. Whatever way you want to take it, but the amount of people being passengered, there we go, around is ridiculous, and I can't believe the lag it causes. Who would have thought? But my buses could hold 10,000 capacity. Imagine if I took this to like 100,000 capacity, how many people will have then waiting around for buses at this point? It would be freaking ridiculous. But you can see nobody wants to walk it, so we've got the perfect 300 stud mark. It's crazy. But on that note, guys, I think we're going to end it here. I hope you did enjoy this pointless city skyline experimental video. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.